This evening, we want to announce the capital expenditure program which Vodafone is embarking on. As you are aware that Vodafone has become the primary provider of internet and mobile telephony in this country. We have over 1 million active subscribers on the network. In the last 1 year, the usage of data has grown by 200%, which is very significant. So to cater for this massive growth and also number of rural areas to improve coverage and capacity, Vodafone is embarking on an 18-month program, and through that we will be investing $207 million. This is a very significant investment. Currently we have 200 plus 4G sites. With this expenditure, we will be rolling out additional 244 4G sites. So that means 90% plus of Fiji population will have very high internet speeds. What we're also doing is upgrading the network, which is in preparation for the 5G rollout. You may be aware that earlier this year, we are the first network in the Pacific which is trialing pre-5G. What it means is customers would be able to enjoy very high speed internet. The smartphone penetration in Fiji is over 70%. So we expect it to reach 80% very soon. So this will allow the smartphone users to have good speeds and internet speed. This is in line with the government's vision, not only for urban centers, but also number of rural centers. Last week, the government had launched the Savu cable, and Vodafone is taking advantage of that. So what we are doing is we are rolling out 45 sites, or upgrading 45 sites in Vanuatu, which will cater for 4G plus coverage, which includes Tavuni and Lodal Island and the neighboring outer islands. So this will give customers access to very high internet speeds. What it means for Fiji is this will stimulate the economy, because we feel that the ripple-on effect of this, it will be quite significant. It will help not only students, business communities, but population at large to be able to access a number of services through high-speed internet. It will create more jobs. Also, it will support the government's initiative of Digital Fiji, which government is embarking on.
Thank you, CEO. I'd like to, of course, thank and acknowledge Vodafone for this massive rollout of capital investment to ensure that more Fijians get access to high-speed internet, but also in respect of addressing what we call the brown-out spots and black spots, where you have called dropouts. As you know, one of the things that we are pleased that they're going to upgrade, particularly from Navua to Nandi, on this end, on the Queens Road side. So you can go to places like Malevu, Vatugrasa, etc., and you don't get any reception at all at the moment. Calls completely drop out. Places like Kambisi, etc. So now they'll all be covered. Also, again, on the Kings Road side, if you travel by the Kings Road and you drive along past Corvo, after a certain distance, you will find that there's no coverage whatsoever. So with these new towers being put up, the new investment being put in place by Vodafone, you'll be able to get a lot more coverage in these areas. And again, it's all about providing the great equalizer. So nobody should be left out. We have, of course, this will complement what government is going to do and has been doing. As you know, that government collects what we call universal service funds. A certain percentage that government requires through the various laws that are in place for the mobile phone companies to contribute to universal service funds. So we also identify areas, for example, whether it's in the Lao group or whether it's in Kandavu, even in places in Natasiri or interior parts where there's no reception. We also will use those funds to complement the investment that Vodafone is doing, and of course any other company that's going to invest. So the whole idea is to ensure that we have network coverage throughout Fiji. And of course with this enhancement in terms of the capacity by Vodafone, we'll ensure that everybody not only has network coverage in terms of calls, but also in respect of having internet services. I'd also like to highlight that government has, as you know, put in place a law that comes into effect from January of next year, where mobile phone companies will actually be charged a penalty in the event of a certain percentage of call dropouts. So I'm glad that Vodafone is actually embarking on this capital investment to ensure that they don't necessarily pay the penalties. Some countries, of course, have these laws in place, and we are very pleased that Vodafone is taking a very proactive step. Of course, one of the things that the CEO perhaps did not directly address is that the number of users or people who want to use internet services has increased significantly. A lot more people on Facebook, on social media, they're doing a lot more Google searches or whatever searches they do. That puts a lot of pressure on the infrastructure itself. So by them actually investing in this new technology and enhancement of technology, we'll have less, the speeds will actually be increased. And as you know, that is highlighted by the CEO, the Honourable Prime Minister launched the cable launch, the commissioning of the cable last weekend. Now, of course, a lot more people in Vanuatu, for example, will want to use mobile phones. A lot more people will be able to use mobile phones. A lot more people want to use internet. So again, that needs the infrastructure at the back end, and that's what Vodafone is doing. And of course, other organizations will be doing that. So this complements also government's objective in respect of having Wi-Fi hotspots in public places. Government's objective to have all the FNU campuses, for example, Wi-Fi for free for all the students. So it's good news, and I'd like to compliment Vodafone for that, and look forward to working with them. As we've said that there's various places, and I'm sure they'll do a press release as to the areas that will be covered in rural Fiji. It also covers islands like Kandavu, Yanuda, Benga, Levuka. They'll get greater speeds of internet services, and also various other places along the Kings Road, as I mentioned, Longani, Kasavu, Burerua, Nandrau, Novalau, Walatua, Nambulini, and Rokobuaka. All these places will be covered. They currently don't have that level of coverage. And of course, these are just some of the areas. And we look forward to working with them. We also hope to, in the next few weeks, announce some of the areas that will be expending universal service funds to increase, again, further coverage. And this complements what government is trying to do on the back of Walesi. As you know, Walesi is now, they've got 100% coverage. And to give people access to digital television, give them access to more internet speed, more phone and voice capacity, will very much be in alignment with the digital Fiji that government has launched. Thank you.